Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it might be when you guys are watching this. First of all, my name's Natasha. Welcome to my presentation on Coach Wooden's leadership analysis. When I first read through this assessment, I have to admit, I thought, oh my god, this is going to take us forever, and it's a bit of a joke. But I have to say that my view on the book actually did change after having read it. At first I just thought it was just your general, wishy-washy leadership this, leadership that type of book. But after reading it, there's actually a really good pointers in there that I would probably end up using and will end up using within my own leadership skills and putting the right foot forward, so to speak. It did really change my mind and view on leadership and also my own attributes and what I need to work on as a leader within my own workplace and teammates. He had some really good tools, basically, tricks of the trade, so to speak, that made him successful within himself and also within others, and why he won so many championships and whatnot. But again, he also stressed beyond a questionable doubt that it wasn't about winning and it wasn't about losing. It was about giving 100% of your best at the time and making sure that you always gave the best of your ability, so you could never set yourself up to fail, pretty much. Going on to a little bit of, comparing his style of leadership to leaders that we've gone out throughout history. Some of the most famous bad guys in the leadership world would have to be Adolf Hitler, Osama bin Laden, those type of characters who were very domineering and intimidating, and were not the type of people that you would want to run your basketball team, for example. If you compare people like that to, sports coaches in particular of today, like Wayne Bennett and Mal Meninga, they're really, really good at managing the players and managing the team as a whole. And also, again, stressing the fact that it's not about winning, it's about doing well within yourself and doing the best that you can possibly do, which is, again, referring back to Coach Wooden within the book and what he was trying to endorse throughout the whole procedure. Within Coach Wooden, the thing I liked about it was the way that he would take through and show different rules, or where he came from his background with his father, and how that was really the core values out of where he is now as a leader and as a coach. The biggest one being talking about the golden rule. The golden rule, I think, is something that everyone should try and endorse, because at the end of the day, why would you not want to be treated the same way that you would want someone to treat yourself? I think, however, within today's society that's not really evident. I know within my past experiences, from when I was younger to now working in the fitness industry, when I was younger, working in, cafes and restaurants for the first time and being such of a young age and having older people, treat you as though you were the young trainee and pushing you around and speaking down to you, and whenever you did something right, they never gave you the praise for it. So coming from when I was younger, being able to treat others the way that you would want to treat yourself, that endorsement really came from my parents, so very similar to Coach Wooden. A lot of my young mentors and such didn't really teach me that within the workplace or within a team situation. My parents were the ones that pretty much endorsed that. And that's something that I've stuck to my guns, and I use it within my team. However, there are some, obviously, team players that don't view it that way and don't reciprocate that back. Within society, I also think that the golden rule is very, very hard, and a little bit naive to think that everybody uses it. Perfect example, like I mentioned before, in my workplace environment, we've got a certain individual who doesn't want to play by the rules and thinks he's better than everybody else, and it is very frustrating and very hard to think that you're trying to do the right thing by you treating them the way that you would want to be treated, but he doesn't do the same to you. The really good thing that I liked about the book was talking about the pyramid of success. I think that's a great tool to use in any team or workplace situation. It goes through, again, what the grounding blocks are, what you need to do to work upon that, and then what the overall outcome is and aspects of that and how that works as a leader. Very, very in-depth, the pyramid, but again, a great tool to start off with any team or workplace. It really opened my eyes, as I guess, to where my weaknesses lied as a leader. I guess my biggest fault is probably the whole self-control and poise within the workplace. Perfect example, had a client come in last week and forms were not filled out correctly from another staff member and their cancellation form didn't get put through. So because that happened, she basically let her emotions out on me. She got very angry, she got very upset, she got very frustrated, and she started yelling and screaming and making threats. And I found that very, very hard to show self-control as a leader, because there was a junior on with me, without letting my emotions get involved and thinking that it wasn't a personal attack against me when it wasn't. It was just because the previous staff member hadn't filled out the forms correctly, so she was understandably frustrated and annoyed. That's probably two things that I need to work on that I got from the pyramid. Above all, though, I guess don't try and compare, with the pyramid of success, don't try and compare the old saying apples to oranges. You want to be the best that you can be and also give 100% of what you can at the time. And as long as you do that, then you can only be considered a success and not a failure. Lessons in leadership, the 12 lessons again were very in depth, but I did take a lot away from that. I guess the biggest one being the number one rule, that good values attract good people. I guess again in my current situation we have one individual that doesn't necessarily want to play by the rules. He believes that the typical saying is, if I'm not getting paid to do it, then why should I do it? Doing just little things like lead box flyers, doing extra stuff that isn't required for you on shift, but taking the initiative and the dedication to be able to do that, and being able to reap the rewards. Lastly but not least, I guess looking back at reflecting on the actual whole book and the experience and what I took away from it, I realised what my values are myself, and I realised that I want people with the same values working in the same team with me. Now operating my own business through the business that I'm operating at the moment, my own personal training, I do want to build that as my own little empire, and I do want to have like-minded people with my same values of honesty, my good work, hard ethic, showing initiative, showing dedication, and that are there for the long haul, not there just for the in-betweens and the fact that it's just a job and it pays money. I want them to be part of a team where we can move forward, we can be a success, we can strive with each other, work towards a common goal, and at the end of the day, be the best that we can be, which is, again, following what Coach Wooden displays in the book, and doing the best that you can do all the time and giving 100%. So that's pretty much my take on the book, through presentation and whatnot. Hope you guys liked it. Everyone, good luck with all the assessments, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Cheers.